Let me ask you a question. Have you ever found yourself standing at a public urinal, feigning confidence, while inside you're just waiting, waiting for a stream that used to be strong to finally start, feeling the quiet embarrassment as other younger men come and go? Or perhaps it's the 3 a.m. shuffle, that third trip to the bathroom that shatters your sleep, leaving you exhausted and irritable the next day, a shadow of the man you want to be for your family, for your wife, for yourself. These aren't just inconveniences, they are quiet erosions of your dignity. They make you feel like your own body is no longer on your team. You find yourself planning your day around bathroom locations, turning down a long car ride, or pulling away from your partner at night, not from a lack of love, but from a deep, unspoken frustration. If any of that feels familiar, I want you to take a deep breath. You have found the right place. Welcome to ElderCare Insights. I'm Dr. Alan Rivera. My work for the past 30 years has been dedicated to helping men, just like you, understand that what you're experiencing is not a personal failing, it is a biological reality with practical, science-backed solutions. You are not broken. You are simply in a season of life that requires a new owner's manual. Today, we're going to write the first chapter of that manual together. We're going to talk about something so simple you may already have it in your kitchen. We're going to discuss the powerful nuts that science shows can genuinely help support, protect, and yes, even help shrink your prostate. Let's begin. First, we need to understand the problem. That frustration you feel is most likely caused by a condition called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. Benign means it isn't cancer. It's a non-cancerous enlargement of the prostate gland. Think of it this way. Your urethra, the tube that carries urine, runs right through the center of your prostate, like a garden hose running through a donut. When you were young, the donut was small, and there was plenty of room. But as we age, hormonal changes cause that donut to grow, squeezing the hose. That's what causes the weak stream, the constant urgency, and that maddening feeling of never being fully empty. Now, the internet will sell you 1,000 miracle cures, but we deal in evidence, and the evidence points powerfully to our first natural ally.
Nut number 1, pumpkin seeds, the Symptom Soother. When a man walks into my office feeling utterly defeated by these symptoms, the first food I almost always recommend is the humble pumpkin seed. Let me tell you about Michael. Michael was a 67-year-old retired architect, a man whose entire life was built on precision, order, and control. But BPH had robbed him of that. He told me with a deep sense of shame, "Dr. Rivera, I used to design buildings to stand for a century, and now I can't even get through a 2-hour movie without having to leave. I feel unreliable." His sleepless nights were affecting his sharp mind, the very tool of his identity. He felt like he was losing himself. I suggested something so simple he almost laughed. A small daily handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. Now, before you dismiss this as folklore, let's look at the science. It's a powerful 1-2 punch. First, your prostate contains more zinc per gram than almost any other organ in your body. It's like a zinc reservoir. As we age, those zinc levels often drop, making the prostate vulnerable to inflammation and growth. Multiple studies have directly linked low zinc to BPH, and pumpkin seeds are one of nature's richest sources of this essential mineral. But that's just the start. Pumpkin seeds are also loaded with a plant compound called beta-cetosterol. If testosterone is the normal fuel for male function, a derivative of it called DHT is like a turbocharger that makes the prostate grow far too quickly. Beta-cetosterol works by blocking the conversion of testosterone into this aggressive DHT. By turning down the turbocharger, it helps slow that unwanted growth and, in many men, can even help shrink the gland back toward a healthier size. I've seen it time and time again. Men report fewer nighttime bathroom trips, a stronger stream, and a profound sense of relief. Michael started his daily handful. Within 3 days, he was only waking up twice a night. By the second week, he slept through the night for the first time in what he said felt like a decade. When he told me that, the look on his face, the return of his confidence, reminded me exactly why I do what I do. Now, if you want the best results, you need to eat them the right way. Skip the sugary, salted, or oily versions. Go for raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds, sometimes called pepitas. A small handful, about 1 to 2 ounces, is enough for most men. And here's a tip to supercharge their effect. Soak them in water overnight and eat them first thing in the morning. This simple step makes the nutrients more bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb and use them more effectively.
Nut number 2, Brazil nuts, the cellular bodyguard. While pumpkin seeds are my go-to for managing symptoms, our next nut is the quiet powerhouse I recommend for long-term protection. If pumpkin seeds are the fire department, Brazil nuts are the fire marshal, working to prevent problems on a cellular level. I think of a patient named George, a 72-year-old who loved his garden. He was managing his BPH, but he lived with a low-grade, constant anxiety about his PSA levels and the risk of prostate cancer. That fear was a cloud that hung over him, stealing the simple joy of tending to his roses. As we talked, it became clear his diet was missing a critical mineral, selenium. Brazil nuts are, without question, the richest natural source of selenium you can find. Selenium isn't just about inflammation, it acts as a powerful antioxidant, neutralizing the free radicals that damage DNA and accelerate aging in the prostate tissue. Numerous studies have shown a direct link between low selenium levels and a higher risk of prostate cancer. To me, that's a connection no man can afford to ignore. What I love about Brazil nuts is their precision. This isn't about eating handfuls. In fact, that would be a mistake. Too much selenium can be toxic. Instead, it's about a small, consistent investment. Just 1 or 2 nuts per day is all you need to give your body the protection it needs. I often tell my patients it's like an insurance policy for your prostate. George was skeptical, but he started his daily ritual, 2 Brazil nuts with his breakfast every morning. 3 months later, he returned with a smile I hadn't seen before. His PSA levels had stabilized, which was encouraging. But more than that, he said the dull, aching pressure he used to feel had eased. He felt like he was an active participant in his own health, not just a worried spectator. That small act of control gave him back his peace of mind, and with it, the joy of his garden. Nut number 3, walnuts, the circulation ally. We've talked about managing symptoms and protecting cells. Now let's talk about the plumbing. Our next nut works on a different front, improving circulation throughout the entire pelvic region, a factor that has a direct impact on both urinary function and sexual performance. Let's talk about walnuts. I remember Frank, a 68-year-old retired mechanic. He came to me with the usual BPH complaints, but also with a quiet worry about his performance with his wife. As a mechanic, he understood engines. He told me, "Doc, it feels like the whole system is sluggish, poor fuel delivery." He was exactly right. Walnuts are unique because they are one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA. These aren't just for your heart, they are powerful anti-inflammatory agents. Chronic inflammation is a silent driver of prostate enlargement. By calming that inflammation, walnuts create an environment where the prostate can function more comfortably. But the benefits go further. Blood flow is critical. The same arteries that feed your heart also feed your pelvis. If those pathways are restricted, not only does your urinary function suffer, but so does your ability to maintain sexual performance. Walnuts help by improving the health of the lining of your blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely where it's needed most. Frank started with a simple handful of raw walnuts every afternoon. Within a few weeks, he told me his urinary stream felt stronger and his energy was better. Then he leaned in with a grin and said, "And my wife, she's smiling a lot more these days." He fixed the fuel delivery and the whole engine started running more smooth. Nut number 4 and 5, almonds and pecans, the supporting cast. To round out our team, we have 2 more powerful allies. Almonds are a fantastic source of vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that acts like a protective shield for your prostate cells, defending them from the oxidative stress that fuels inflammation. They also provide magnesium, which helps the muscles in your bladder relax, allowing you to empty more completely and feel that sense of relief. Pecans are another powerhouse. They share that key compound with pumpkin seeds, beta-stitosterol, which helps balance hormones by blocking that aggressive DHT. They are also loaded with more antioxidants than many fruits and vegetables, further protecting your prostate tissues from the damage that comes with aging. How to start today. I know this is a lot of information, so let's make it simple. The goal isn't to eat all 5 of these every day. The goal is to start. Choose your team. Pick at least 2 of the nuts we've discussed and commit to adding them to your daily routine, starting tomorrow. If you want fast results for urinary symptoms, start with pumpkin seeds. For long-term protection, add in those 2 daily Brazil nuts. Buy high quality. Always choose raw or dry roasted, unsalted nuts. The versions loaded with sugar, salt, and unhealthy oils will work against your health. Make it automatic. Decide exactly when and how you will eat them. Will you have walnuts on your oatmeal? Almonds as an afternoon snack? The more specific your plan, the more likely you are to stick with it. Control your portions. A small handful, about 1 to 2 ounces, is enough for most. And remember, with Brazil nuts, never more than 2 per day. This is about precision, not volume. This is not a magic pill. It's a partnership between you and your body. Give it the right materials, and it has a remarkable capacity to respond. It might take days, or it might take a few weeks, but if you stay consistent, those small changes will build into something profound. Now, as we conclude, I must be very clear. Please view each of our videos as a conversation to open up new avenues for your well-being. Your health is a personal journey, and the most important companion on that journey is your doctor. Always consult with them before making any significant changes to your diet or health regimen to ensure that choices you make are the absolute best and safest for you. My message to you today is this: you have more power over your health than you may realize. The frustration you're feeling is not a life sentence. It is feedback. It is your body calling out for the right kind of support. You can start providing that support today, 1 handful at a time. This is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of a healthier, more comfortable, and more confident chapter in your life. If you believe in this mission of providing trustworthy, evidence-based health information for men our age, please subscribe to ElderCare Insights and click the notification bell so you won't miss our future videos. And I'd like to ask for your help in building this community. In the comments below, let us know which of these nuts you're going to try first. Sharing your journey can help another man feel less alone. Thank you for your time. Be well, stay informed, and we'll see you next time.